Hello guys, today I want to show you two atomizers that I really love it. I think the modder did a great job. These are not mass-produced atomizer. These are made with very basic machines like only lathes and millings, and mostly manually. And yeah, the guy did a great job with the tools he has. So let's start talking about what we have in the packaging. What we receive if we buy the atomizer, like only the atomizer, you will receive the atomizer itself with the cap, a pctg. I think pctg tank is like fully transparent, but it's not glass. This is plastic, very tough plastic, because can stand any type of juice you want to use. So you don't really have to worry unless you vape really acidic juices like strike lemon or something like that. So another thing that you will receive is a bag with the spares. Well, a bag with orings, because this is not included. You have to buy the washers and the screws apart. I highly recommend to do it because, as I told you, this is a handmade atomizer. Volodymyr makes a few units each month or each 2 months. So be aware. If you will need spares, just take it when you order the first time. Like order a couple tanks. Well, order everything you will need. One of the most interesting things about this atomizer is this concept. Not this piece like that, but this concept. This is a titanium bushing washer. We could call it like that. And the size inside is exactly the size the mesh should have. So when you make your wick, your roll, and the roll can pass freely through this piece, that means the roll is perfect. Also, being fully rounded, when you roll the mesh inside, you will get slowly the wick rounder and rounder, like more perfectly shaped. So this is a great addition. On top of that, we can buy this. This is a alumina or zirconia ceramic rod, cracked, so you can grab it. You can pinch it here. This is important. You will see why. You can make here your coil, but also you can activate your coil with this inside. This will make that your coil is perfectly rounded after you finish to stabilize it. So it's a very interesting method with this and this to build it with single wire, with single round wire, very fast. I will show you in a brief. I will show you how I build it, and you will understand me, because it's a very, I think it's a bright idea. It's really genius, because it's a very easy way to solve a huge problem for most beginners in mesh. So keep it in mind. We will see briefly. Now this is the Moddus. The Moddus is 22 millimeter, okay, and 35 millimeters in height. And this is the TanGen. This is 23 millimeters. They are both 35 millimeter height. Okay. Here's the top. You can see inside. Here also you can see inside. Let's start taking them apart so you can see the differences. The first difference, beside the diameter, the external diameter, and also the finish, because if you look, I got this one like brush or matte, and this is more like high polished. This is a little bit more expensive because the high polished. Also, this one has these lines, this one has no lines. And finally, the most important thing, this one has 4 holes to here and to here, and this one has just 2 holes, one here and one here. I think these holes are 0.5 millimeter or so, and they are 4 holes. But sorry guys, some water here. But the most interesting part is this reducer you see here, okay, is only as narrower as you see in the bottom to close the fill ports, but inside is bigger. There inside, can you see here? These are air nozzles. I think they are also 0.5 millimeters. They are very, very small, but we have 4 different. So the draw, as I will explain later, is very, very difficult to compare to anything else I tried. It's like tight and loose at the same time. If you make the mats behind and you get how much airflow 4 holes of 0.5 millimeters will give you, is around 1.1 millimeter. But I would tell you I can't really vape with 1.1 millimeter draw. Is too tight for me. This I can vape with it. In fact, I love this draw. The fact that the 4 holes get is something really, really unique. Okay, now here we have 2 holes. I think they are 0.8 millimeter, maybe 0.9 millimeter. This one feels tighter, feels a little tighter than the Moddus, because there are only 2 holes. It's more like a normal atomizer with two-side airflow. This is the bottom of the tank, inside of the tank. You can see here these external columns are to hold in place the tank itself. But we can find also a central column with many multiple linear vertical cuts. Like there's a cut, another cut, another cut, another cut, another cut. Okay, why this? Well, because the atomizer works by a capillary system. This capillary system, these thin cuts, makes the inner tube, when you put your wick inside, the little space is fulfilled with e-liquid every single moment until you have your last drop in the tank. The central tube will keep make capillarity effect over the wick and will fit like a monster. This fits like a monster, but also has a side effect, that is the atomizer drinks very, very low. One tank can last like full day, and this is genius because right now we've solved like a lot of problems for the beginners. We solve the problem of how to make the mesh and how to make the coil perfectly and how to install it. Then we also make a system that auto-regulates itself to a perfect and proper wicking. So this is one of the easiest atomizer I ever had in my hands. Like hands down, this is really, really easy to build. You don't need a plug because everything gets closed. You can leave the atomizer like this for hours. Nothing will happen. Nothing, trust me, nothing will happen. You won't lose any single drop of liquid. It's incredible. It's amazing. The fact that he also sent you the atomizer assemblage, so you receive, you put it in a mod. If you have a decoder better, you choose the correct TCR, and you start vaping. And you start vaping without a single dry heat, because the mother, trust me, he knows how to build this. And second, you have a temperature control wire, so you won't have any problem since the beginning. I think this is genius. This is something, take this care, take that type of care of your customers, and make something like this in the way he did it, how he solved all this problem. Like, I understand why he did all this stuff. He found a problem, he tried to solve it. He found another problem, he tried to solve it. He tried to solve it, he tried to solve it. And he achieved a level, a degree of solving in this, that this actually solves your life. It's like, God, man, what have you done? What have you done with the most basic machines, and only your mind, only your mind. Okay, we talk a lot. Let's go to build it. I'm going to use the build that the mother advise you to use, which is around 60 millimeter, 58 millimeter, he says, of mesh, 250 VB. I don't really care about the height. This is probably 22. Oh, yeah, okay, 22 millimeter. Well, that's okay. I'm going to use the mesh master. Sorry, I always say mesh maker, and it's mesh master. And I'm going to torch a little bit this, just a little bit. As you see in my last video, this is still blue. What? Yeah, no, this is still blue. And I'm going to use the mesh master as I show you in my last video. I introduce it here. Okay. Now we push. Now, our faults. Yeah, looks about right. Yeah. Okay. Now we make the last fold. I make this to show you, just to make the first, like the first wrap fully rounded. Now we roll it. Like, there's no need to use too much force. Just roll it. We can use the caliper right now. We have this part hanging, you see, so I can with the rule. So okay. What? Do you see? Okay. We are going to torch it just like that. Here we have a little wire. Do you see it? There is a little wire. I have to cut this part now. Here, let's see if I can. Here we had a little, very little wire, but I had to cut it. Otherwise, will be a pain in the ass for stabilize the coil. So I cut a tiny bit. Anyway, I always cut like a little bit of what I need. For example, sometimes I just don't measure. I cut like 70 millimeters and then I roll it and I cut the excess of mesh. It's not the best, maybe not the best for beginners or if you want to keep track of what you're doing. Like in this atomizer, the best wheel is like this, but it's okay for me. Okay. Okay. This is perfect. Okay, I'm going to make the coil with this in the ceramic rod. I just grab it. Let's see if I can get a better angle here. Okay. I grab it. I make a micro coil. I don't have to make too much force, like I don't have to pull like crazy from the wire. That's it. Let me zoom. I want to make 4 grabs, so I made like 5 or 6, just to remove the first one that is made like shit. So here, yeah, here we have 4. Let's go back and I will show you why this rod is very important, why this rod is actually useful when you make your build here. We are going to put it in a mod. Let's take this out. Okay. As I told you, you have washers here installed. So the main idea is to put the wire under the washers, not on top of the washers. So have that in mind. Okay. Okay, first one, strap. Okay, and this is the most important part, because we need to do one thing. That's why I use these tweezers, because I grab here, I pull like hard, I pull strong, I leave it there, and now I spin this in the same direction the coil is wrapped. So we will make with this, we will get a perfectly rounded coil. Now I can't spin the tool, so it's about time to screw the dipper. I don't want to lose tension. Now I can full screw like this. I'm losing tension. No, it's okay. Sorry guys. That's perfect. Okay, I removed the excess of wire, and now what I need to do here is just adjust my coil. Like here, as you see, is a little deformed, so I'm going to shape it. Nothing crazy. This is vaping, should be easy. So don't get crazy with the shape of your coil, as long as it's not the form is okay. So now we spin this a little bit and we start heating up the coil. I'm going to use, you will think this is too much, but we have the zirconia or the alumina. I think it's alumina. This probably is alumina. So we are going to start to heat the coil. At the same time we spin this. This will get extremely hot, guys. Ceramic will get extremely hot. So better use anything to move it except your own fingers. You see it start glowing. We need to keep going on. Right now this means I have like a short, kind of short. But we need the coil to be heated completely. So if we need, we go here, we rise to 13.5 watts and keep going on. I'm going to try to look by one side of the cell phone because it's very hard to do this looking at camera. Okay, you see, I just needed to do a couple pinches like that and it's okay. And now we are going to extract this. Like this. I leave it here because, as I told you, it's extremely hot, so better don't touch that. A little. Okay, it's perfect. Right now it's perfect. Now we have our mesh here, which is perfectly rounded. And you will see it's very easy to introduce it, like really easy. I spin in the same direction that the mesh would get tighter, so like not in this direction, which would make the mesh expands in the other direction. So I'm sure everything is loose. We want here our mesh to be loose inside the coil. Now we have 13 watts, 0.74, okay, yeah, whatever. Is there a hot spot? Yes, it is. I don't give a fuck because all the heat will get solved. Like this. I can pinch it a little bit. I can raise this a little bit. And okay, we did a great job. 0.8. Yeah, 0.8. This seems a bit high for grabs. This should be like 0.7, 0.75, something like that, but maybe because the legs are a little bit long. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see now how it vapes. I'm going to use some Virginia. This is Black Virginia flake. And I'm going to check with the syringe how many mLs can hold. I think it's around 3 or 3.5. It's a good capacity because, as I told you, the atomizer drinks very low. The tolerance are tight. Like for example, the tank is hard to assemble and hard to disassemble, like that. But it's okay. Now I'm going to fill it. I prefer chubby gorillas. Okay, that's, yeah, 3 milliliters, and you will have 3 milliliters, and you will have a nice bubble of air inside. So okay, this is fine. This is ready to go. Now we are going to fill the other one, but first I will show you some accessories. This is a pure taste. Like, I know you guys, everyone has its own taste in drip tips, but I hardly recommend to use Volodymyr drip tips in this atomizer. Why? Well, because they have an internal shape that makes that the drip tip an extension of the chamber. You can see it here. You see? It's like a wider when the bore starts, and there is narrower, maybe like 4 millimeter. I don't know. This won't condense ever, like ever. Trust me, ever. We'll keep this one. And now for this one, another option is that you can have tanks like this. This is made of human. And you can also have tanks like this, black ultem. This is also black ultem for you guys who don't like metal in the lips. This is black ultem. This is blue human. And we are going to build a blue human combo. So my god. Okay, here now use in this one. Sorry, because I'm getting out of frame. For this one, we are going to use pctg. A very good Kentucky a brown, I can't remember now. Okay. Now, how can we use this in temperature control? Very easy. First, we go to HCTRL. We choose temp control, other. Now we go to process. If I remember correctly, okay, we reach 20 degrees. We should, it was process. We have to go to process, choose process, and then come here and pressing like this until we reach 20 degrees. The atomizer should be room temperature. We reach at 20 degrees. This is 0.56. I think we can get the lower reading. The lowest is the better. So I'm pressing up button. When I reach 20 degrees, I will stop. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, we put our top cap here, our dip tip, now, as I told you, everything is damn tight, like all the O-rings and everything is very, very tight. Wire is other, it's perfect. We set this to 16 watts. Temperature 240 is okay for me. I like that. Well, with this maybe 230. Okay, let me put my face in front of the camera and we talk a little bit about these two big guys. Okay, we are here. Let's test it. The Moddus first. This is the one with 4 holes, like 4 holes of 0.5 millimeter or something. I'm vaping 15 watts. Now the image has settled up, so it's like 0.79. The flavor is immense. The flavor, like, this is crazy because the mother doesn't vape any flavor. He vaped unflavored base. And he made a flavor beast, a flavor machine. That's crazy for me. That explains a lot. It's more the when you design an atomizer, it's more the capillarity, the juice flow, the airflow, how it works, how everything is held together. That's what makes a good flavor. Doesn't really matter that much if the bell has one shape or another shape. That can vary the flavor a little bit, but if an atomizer has good flavor, will have good flavor with almost any bell or any shape or anything, unless you do a really big shit. But this is incredible. A guy who doesn't even make flavors makes a flavor machine is so big. This is so big. You won't see ever a bubble coming into the tank or something. Is because the the capillary system, how it breathes works just around the wick. As you see first, the wick hole has like a thread, and by there the air is passing to the inside of the tank. Is it's really amazing. Also, you can vape all the tank until the last drop, until the very last drop. That's, I never seen that in a Genesis atomizer. Usually when you have the very last drop in a central mesh atomizer, there is a time you have to stop and maybe put it upside down and let the wick drink that last drop and then keep vaping. But with that one, this doesn't happen. And this, we are right now, it reaches 238 degrees Celsius. That's what it reaches. Well, now 241. Like, it works in temperature control with the build he makes. Yes, this has the TanGen has a tighter draw, but after you build it, it's not as tight as it should be. It feels a little bit more open, feels opener than what it should be. It's weird. It's weird. I think the pipes inside are a little bigger than the outside, and they make a really weird effect. The draw is as good here as it's here. Both have an amazing draw. Now that I'm testing it with juice inside and so on. Damn it, can you get to the end? Okay, now. The flavor is immense in both atomizers. As I told you, they are flavor machines. Also, they drink very low liquid. They are very easy to build, as you see. Like, everybody can build this. Everybody. It's nothing. It's not Fatial Engineering. It's something very easy. You just with this. Thanks to this and the caliper, he solved one of the biggest problems I think most beginners have. And if you combine that with the Mesh Master, build this atty is dead easy. Trust me, it's dead easy. Also, the drought heat is very noticeable. Like, this tends to wicks very slowly, but it's always like full of juice. This slow wicking will make the drought heat, makes the drought heat much better. It's really intense, the drought heat. Also, the draw feels like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, because it feels like open and tight at the same time. This feels a little tighter, but they are almost the same. This is just a tad tighter, but they feel open and tight at the same time. Yeah, I can bake with this, no problem at all. I see these atomizers to how to explain this. I see these atomizers to actually enjoy vaping. Like, relax, sit, get a drink, vape slowly, like take long draws. And enjoy. It doesn't get hot at all. At all. They don't get hot. And you think they have a narrow chamber, but no, because in the inside is bigger than the bottom. In the bottom is much narrower, as you see, is much narrower. So the fill port and the breath port are always closed. So when you close the atomizer, they are fully closed. But around the coil is much bigger. The space is much bigger, and it's not a fully circular chamber. It has like a wavy shape, like it's bigger here and then it's smaller here. Has a wavy shape. It's not fully rounded. It's not a normal chamber, if this makes any sense, because this is not a normal atomizer. It's, for me, I'm a huge fan of Volodymyr. He, as I told you, he made something incredible with manual machines, and only his mind and his huge comprehensive understanding of how physics works in real life and in vaping. He used, for example, Maxwell's studies to make this atomizer. That's where the capillarity things comes. It's like it's something else. It is something else. So huge W for Volodymyr. I think very few people is proposing something actually different, actually innovating, and actually new in vaping community, and he made it, as well as these guys. These guys, I think this is revolutionary for mesh users, as much as these systems he invented are. He showed me also another designs that are crazy, that they are insane in how they are made, like how he thought to make that, but also how he made it actually with his hands and the machines. As I repeat, this is very hard to make with normal latte machines. The finiture is outside, at least, is perfect. Inside you can find very little imprecisions, like it's not perfectly polished everywhere. You can see a little mark here and there, but it's also, it doesn't matter. For me, it really doesn't matter, because I understand that this is made manually, and manual things should be like that. Artisanal should be like that, like the grain of the wood makes the wood more beautiful, right? But this is the same. Well, I don't have too much to say. If you want to get one, contact me in Facebook, and I get you in contact with the person. I highly recommend you, if you get one, get some spare tanks, like for example the ultem one. I got the ultem one. I got this one for the TanGen, or you can get a couple of these ones, transparent, and also get a drip, because it's very comfortable in the lips, in the mouth. It's very comfortable, and I tried another drips, and this works better in this atomizer. Even the drip is well thought for this atomizer. Everything works together in this atomizer. Another thing, you will lose at least one of these, so take 2 or 3. It won't hurt you to get a couple ones. The caliper comes with the atomizer, so it's okay. And finally, get also the little, where are they? The spares. Get the spares, the screws and washers. get everything together, because if you have to order for a second time, I don't know where you live. For example, I live in Spain, but it's made in Ukraine. It's very hard to ship from Ukraine to everywhere, to anywhere in the world. This goes through many hands until arrives you. First go to Italy and then go to your country. So also more people is helping Volodymyr to share his work outside of Ukraine, and that's it's a lot of work just to get a tank, you know. It's a lot of work just to get a tank. Make sure and get a couple ones, and also get a couple sticks. Get everything you need from the scratch. Another thing I want to tell you is, after I tried this method with the sticks, I bought my own sticks, but you can find 3mm, 3.2mm, 2.5mm. It's very hard to find, for example, 3.1mm. This stick that he made, if I don't remember incorrectly, is 2.975 millimeter diameters. Just think about the precision to make that stick. 2.975, and the caliper is just 0.2 more, or 0.2 more. That's it. It's crazy. It's a crazy stuff. But if you want to build, for example, your parables, you can use a 3.1 or 3.2 to build your parabol. I have here another size. This is the first one is 3mm. This is 3.2mm. It's a little too big for parables with ceramics. It's like 0.1 bigger. And I also have 0.1mm. 0.1mm goes perfect in the henny. For the resist, for example, I would use this, the 3.2mm. For the Jenny 4.5, I would use also 3.2mm. And without the caliper, it's also possible to build it with that. If you prefer, like me, if you prefer round wire, not ropes. I think ropes makes the steam a little bit sweet, more than round wire. Round wire is drier for me. It's like more suitable for nets. I vape mostly nets, dark nets, not clean nets in this atomizer. I like them with dark nets, because as I told you, is something I think is to enjoy, to actually enjoy vaping, to get seated and enjoy the draw, the flavor, the everything out of it. And well, that's all, guys. That's all. I have to say one thing. Thanks to Pablo. Pablo is the guy who go to the town of Volodymyr to pick the atomizer, and then he ships to another guy who live in Italy. Well, he doesn't exactly ship. The guy go close to Ukraine, and he have to pick it up. Do you understand why I told you to get all the spares you need? Because you're involving too many people just for one time. So, well, this guy Pablo, he makes these bodies. He makes these bodies, and they are beautiful. I can say another word is beautiful, very, very beautiful. Also, he sent the rest of the block to Volodymyr, so he can make it matchy, the TanGen. I think I prefer the Moddus, just because the draw, I like a little more open draw. but this has bigger throat heat, probably because has less airflow, that's all. But flavor wise they are very close, because I tried this juice in the Moddus like a lot of times. I used to vape dark nets here more than Virginia and everything. I tried a Virginia just to see how it works, and works phenomenal also with Virginia. Yeah, perfect draw, perfect flavor. I don't know what else I can add. Perfect engineering, very good, top notch, handcrafted atomizer. I don't know. I enjoyed a lot this atomizer, and not only because its performance, which is phenomenal. It's great. It's great, but also because I found it by myself, all the little details, everything involved in a such simply design, because looks very very simple, very clean, but inside there are a lot of work. There is a lot of work behind this atomizer. Okay, guys, see you in the next video. If I make it, I make this sort of review because I like the atomizer. If I find something else that I like, or some advice I can give you for mesh users, I will record it. So goodbye, have a nice week.